Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So I decided to wait a little bit until more details came out about this particular story because let's be honest, there just wasn't enough information to go off at the time. And to be honest, I actually thought that this kind of news and the way that Liam Payne, the former One Direction singer, the way he died was rather interesting and I thought there must have been foul play. There was a couple of people that were suggesting because Liam had some significant mental health problems that the S word would have been a part of it, but that doesn't seem to be the case because his death happened to be a murder, and three people have been charged with the death of One Direction singer Liam Payne, and one of those people happens to be his actual friend. So this is a really sad story. The man is only 31 years old. He is still really young. He has a kid as well. I mean, I understand that he hasn't necessarily had a fantastic relationship with women in the past. Even one, I think it's his current girlfriend or the ex, wrote a book, and she was going to release that book and trash Liam Payne, but evidently the book was changed upon realizing that trashing a dead person is not advisable, or it's not morally right, or it's just a poor judgment. Um, and it just goes to show you, like, what sort of person are you that you've got to go after someone that is actually dead. So anyway, three people have been charged over the death of One Direction singer Liam Payne, according to the Argentinian prosecutor's office. The 31-year-old British musician was found dead last month after falling from the third floor of his hotel balcony in the Argentine capital of Buenos Aires. The authorities said in a statement Payne had traces of alcohol, cocaine, and a prescription antidepressant in his system when he died. Foul play. The prosecutors added the people charged were someone who was close to the singer, a hotel employee, and a suspected drug dealer. So that goes to show you, right? Like someone that is close to you, that is part of your actual death, as well as a hotel employee. Like the hotel employee, imagine him being like implicated in this. Like, can only imagine his life is done. Same with the drug dealer. I mean, the drug dealer, obviously his life is done, but the friend as well, like some friend you are, they were charged with supplying him with drugs, and one of them was also charged with abandoning a person in a vulnerable state. You see your friend the way that he is, and some friend you are, you decide to leave him be, like leave him in his own delusional state. The guy is on high on alcohol, cocaine, which is not a good mix at all, and a prescription drug of antidepressants. What do you think he's going to do on all three of those? He's going to let him be? Like, that's a cocktail of danger. The results of the toxicological studies, which have been communicated to his family, revealed that in the moments prior to his death and over a period covering at least his last 72 hours, Payne had traces of polydrug use of alcohol, cocaine, and a prescription antidepressant in his body, the prosecutors said. An autopsy found he died after sustaining multiple traumas and internal and external hemorrhaging from the fall. So wouldn't have been a pleasant way to go, that's for sure. But I guess you can take a little bit of solace in the fact that he wouldn't have felt much because of the alcohol and the cocaine, and more than likely the prescription drug. So he was more than likely high, and he probably wouldn't have felt much, if anything at all. The prosecution said that the investigation had revealed illegal conduct. It did not provide the names of those charged. It said one of the three had accompanied him on a daily basis during his stay in Buenos Aires and was charged with abandoning a person who later died, as well as supplying him with narcotics. Again, some friend. Like, I'm going to take care of you, mate. Yeah, you're my bro. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to supply you with drugs. Get me what I need. Now, understandably, when you have someone that is in this very vulnerable state, you want to help them, and you can't necessarily always say no. It is hard to say no, especially to someone that you care about, but it's better to say no than to allow that person to end up in a very dangerous and even more vulnerable states by giving them the thing that they actually want. Like addicts are very good at finding the thing that they need, or not that they need, that they want and they crave for. They think they need it, but they actually don't need it. So that's what I was referring to. The second suspect was a hotel employee accused of twice supplying Payne with cocaine while he was staying at the Casa Sur. A third person is also accused of supplying him with the drug on October 14th, 2 days before his death. None of those charged were named, but will be notified and are prohibited from leaving the country, according to police. The prosecution ruled out self-harm and the physical intervention of third parties as the cause of Payne's death, and said the injuries he sustained were compatible with those caused by a fall from a height. So it doesn't negate the fact that he probably wouldn't have fallen if he wasn't high on all those drugs. Payne was either not fully conscious or was in a state of markedly diminished, or absent consciousness at the time of the fall. So that's what I said a moment ago. He probably wouldn't have felt a thing because he just wasn't with it. Payne's body was handed over to his father, Jeff, over the weekend and flown back to his native England. That would have been hard. Can you imagine a father having to bury his own son first? Never easy. Never easy. Outpouring of grief. Payne had attended a concert of his former bandmate Niall Horan in early October in Buenos Aires. His death sparked an outpouring of grief from his fans of the boy band, with crowds gathering outside the hotel, mourning the singer and placing candles in a makeshift vigil. Payne rose to global fame as part of the pop band One Direction, which we all know, alongside Harry Styles, Zayn Malik, Horan, and Lewis Tomlinson. The band was formed on the British version of the music reality show X Factor in 2010, and the song "What Makes You Beautiful" just went nuts. Still goes nuts to this day, believe it or not. The boys running along the beach. That's what makes you beautiful. Yeah, whatever. Payne went on to a solo career after One Direction and released his debut album in 2019 called LP1. He released his LP Teardrops in March. So, again, I think it's a tragic set of circumstances and events, especially because Liam himself has admitted to struggling with mental health issues, and still doesn't make any of what took place right. And the whole thing is just terrible indeed. But for those people out there that are allowing their mates to be high on drugs and the like, you're not a real friend. A real friend actually looks after, like I was one of those friends, making sure my mates didn't. Yeah. But anyway, you guys take care, you be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.